Hey, 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 my people of purpose, my POPs. How are you all on today? I hope you all have had a great week. And to those who are getting to know who I am, I want to welcome you. If this is your first time, you are welcome and so excited to be able to share with you all on today about the imposter syndrome. So, those who are just now getting to know me, again, welcome. My name is Michelle, and I provide awareness of emotional health and I provide practical strategies and resources to assist others to walk in emotional freedom based upon kingdom principles. So, today I am excited to be able to share with you all on tonight because this is something that is often discussed whenever I do sessions or coaching sessions with people, is dealing with imposter syndrome. And essentially, imposter syndrome is when you feel like you're not good enough or you feeling like you're not qualified to do what you have been assigned to do or that task, and you feel like you're undeserving of that thing. And so tonight we're going to address that a little bit from that aspect of how to kind of navigate and work through imposter syndrome. So I just want you all to kind of think about on today, of a project or a thing that you have been thinking about, something that you have been having desire to do, whether it is at a place wherein you want to work towards a goal, a financial goal, or something that you want to do, but you're kind of at a place where you're like, I don't know. You start second guessing yourself, or many times we'll use that excuse of we're waiting on confirmation from the Lord. We'll use that a lot, right? We'll say, well, I'm waiting on the Lord to show me what to do. I'm waiting on the Lord for guidance. But we making all of these goals at the first of the year. Many people make New Year's resolutions, and then by this time, March, things are kind of slacking off a little bit, because once we really start working that thing, it's kind of like it feels a little overwhelming sometimes, or you may really feel like, okay, is this really going to happen, or is this going to be continually a dream? And many a times when we're struggling with imposter syndrome, it is something that we have been saying within ourselves, that we feel like we're not good enough, that we feel like we're not qualified, that we feel like that we're just really not able to do. And you think about people who are at places that we admire, which is really good to admire people, but many a times we tend to compare ourselves to family members, compare ourselves to friends, and say, well, I should have been further along, than I should be now, or I feel like things should be at a different pace. And if I'm not going at that place or at that space, then it's not going to work out for me. So then these thoughts that I've already been kind of dealing with, whether it's something that my teacher has told me, that, I did not make a good grade in school, and they did not push me to that next level. I could have had someone that I truly cared about, someone that I looked up to, and I turned in some work and they told me some things about me. It could have been from my family members that told me I would never amount to anything, or I've seen them try things and it didn't work out, or I have tried things and it did not work out. So I kind of go into this place that feels more comfortable than it does feel good. So there is a constant struggle, a constant thing where you're going in a hamster wheel because you do not feel like you're good enough. You don't feel like you're qualified. You don't feel like you deserve to make it. You don't feel like you're going to be able to push through. So I just say, okay, I'm going to do it. I talk about it, but it's just a dream. Kind of kind of like, when Dr. King said, I have a dream, we still talking about dreams. We still talking about vision. But when is it to a place where we try to see it come to fruition? And so when I start thinking about imposter syndrome, I look at a great example of Moses, and in Exodus 4 and 10, when God gave him a mandate to go to and talk to Pharaoh, Moses gave a lot of excuses. And as Exodus 4:10, it says, then Moses said to the Lord, my Lord, I am not of eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. Moses was saying to himself, I don't feel like I'm qualified. First of all, I'm advanced in age. You calling me out here to go and tell Pharaoh something that's a young man. I'm not able to talk right. I don't have the right words to say. I mean, what do you mean, Lord, do you want me to do? I have a slow tongue. I don't know if he had a speech impediment, if he stuttered. I don't know what it was with him, but Moses was at a place that he was struggling and saying to God that, I'm not able to do this thing. I don't have the resources to be able to get it done. And many a times we will blame it on the devil when many a times it's us. We'll say, oh my gosh, child, the devil is fighting up against me. Or, child, I came out there and the devil came up against me. The devil. We be putting on stuff on the devil when it's not really him, but it's us. We are struggling within ourselves because as in we are reminded in the word that we are able to move mountains, that we are able to overcome. So whatever it is that we come up against, the thing that I get a lot about with us is that we are able to fight some things so good in the natural. The people that are able to cuss somebody out or able to get somebody told or lay down their religion get scared when it comes to walking into your purpose. We can say the most things when we are around our friends, but when it's time to get up and do what it is that we have been called to do, or to be able to walk into a healing or to live our life different, we start stuttering and start giving excuses as to why we can't get it done. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm not able to speak that way. I mean, everyone else that I know, I'm not able to do that. We start stuttering like Moses. I'm slow to speak. I can't do it. But I even think about whenever I came into ministry, I was like, oh my gosh, people up here, it seemed like they were right down up in the heaven with Jesus. They will be praying and calling down, fire and declaring and saying things, big words around, walking around the sanctuary. And I'm like, ooh, I can't do that. Ooh, they using big words. Ooh, they right up there at the throne room. They right up at the feet of Jesus. They sitting right beside him, telling, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm still at now laying me down to sleep. I'm still here talking about God bless this food we're about to receive for nourishing our bodies. Amen. I'm still at those things, and you mean to tell me you want me to get on this microphone and do a prayer? It was very intimidating because in the mind, because of things that I have been told, you're a country girl, you this, you that. I'm not a person who speak eloquently. I'm not a person who just is able to just get up or have the confidence. So I started to eat on those things and started believing it. And when they talk about how you are what you eat, if you continually eat on those things that it won't get done, that you aren't of eloquent speech, that you are slow to tongue, that you're not going to make it, then you're not. I don't care how many times you put things into action. If your mind says this and what you have been eating on is that you're not going to make it, then you're not. I think about myself, and even though we're on a fast, whenever I have been able to kind of slow it down or whatever, this has been a week. Y'all pray for me. This has been my little snack for the week, this little Whoppers. If I ate this 24/7, all day, every day, morning, noon, and for dinner, what do you think that my body would be like just eating junk? I just encourage you to really think about the junk that you have been feeding into your mind, into your spirit daily. As a man thinks in his heart and in his mind, so is he. So whatever you feel up in here is going to eventually come out. And we constantly give excuses. And even though we say, oh, I know that God is with me, we know how to say things, that he's with us, and we're going to do this stuff. But then we still give another excuse like Moses. Because God told Moses in verse 11, he said, who has made the mouse man, or who made the mute, the deaf, or seeing, or the blind? Have I not? the Lord. Now therefore go, and I will be your mouth and teach you what to say. But he said, oh my Lord, please send by the hand of whomever else you may send. Lord, I don't want this. Have you all ever been at a point where you be like, God, pass this cup? I don't want this. Go ahead and give this on the way. I'm good over here. It's been times where I've told God, like, I don't want to get on no video and I don't want to get up and speak. Get somebody else to do that. My bills are paid. I'm comfortable. I don't need anything else that I think. But when he gives you a mandate and something in here, it's like a restlessness in you that you will not feel comfortable until you start getting it done. We have to be at a place wherein we do not really trust ourselves, but we trust God. Because essentially, whenever we say that we're not able to do it, we're essentially telling God that you're not able to do it. So do you really trust that those things that has been spoken into your life, those prophetic words that have been spoken to you, those encouraging words that people have told you, do you really truly believe it about yourself? Whenever you're thinking about being an imposter, you feeling like you're not qualified, but God said in his word that I already qualified you when I formed you in your mother's womb, that before your mom and your daddy even met one another, that I knew what the plan that I had before you beforehand. I knew you were going to go through situations. I knew that you were going to feel tired. I knew that you would want to give up, but I have a greater plan. But do you really trust me to be able to work through with it? Are you really truly able to give up the desires and your own thing, your own will to be able to give to God? Because we'll get in the sanctuary, we'll get in prayer, but like, Lord, I give myself away so you can use me. We'll attend plenty of workshops, but how many more workshops do you have to attend before you get it? How many more places do you have to go to get that encouraging word for somebody to say, oh my gosh, you really helped me? That you just say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and walk into it. How many times do you have to hear that it within you or feel like it's something that you need to do, but you continually sit down on it? You are never qualified. But when God qualifies you and puts that in your heart, are you telling him you're not qualified? Or are you telling God that he's not good enough to be able to do what he said that he was going to do in your life? No matter what people have spoken into your life, and I want to encourage someone on tonight, because many times people have mishandled, people have mistreated, and you feel some type of way. You've had doors closed in your face. You have had people to walk away from you that you have truly tried to love, and they have made you feel less than. You have had that deed. You have tried to do that business and it went south when you wanted to be able to know that you're trying to do your best. You have tried to push forward, but it seems like when you push forward, it seems like so many things are coming up against you and you feel overwhelmed and you praying to God, but you feel like God has put an egg on you and is ignoring you. I just want to encourage you to keep going. How is it that you say, Michelle, okay, so I know that I'm dealing with this and I thank you for the encouragement, but I want to think of how I can begin to change this. You have to begin to change on what it is that you're feeding within yourself daily. I have to change from eating these Whoppers, these little snacks. I have to ensure that I put in fruits, vegetables, good things that I know that's going to help push me to that next level. I know that I, number two, have to surround myself with people. I know I'm going to have a Judas. I know I'm going to have haters, because many times people talk about the haters and I don't even pay haters any attention. They are a non-factor in my life. I thank you and I still love you anyhow, but God has matured me in enough at a place wherein I can still clap for people that don't clap for me. I am able to be at a place that they are a non-factor, but I am able to appreciate those who push me, those who are in my corner, those who let me know that I got your back, those who I'm able to talk to, those who are the valley walkers. I love to talk about those people that I'm able to release to that are my support. Pull on them. Surround yourself with people that you want to know that's going to push you to that level. I can't talk. People that know my nickname, I can't talk to you about business. People that know me from way back home, I can't talk to you about, where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to push through. I'm able to go home, have a good time, let my hair down and relax. But when I'm trying to go to a next level, I have to surround myself with people, because the people that I am close to with the goals that I'm trying to get to is where I'm going to be. So I have to make sure that the birds that I'm flocking with, and they talk about birds of a feather flock together, those people that I'm flocking with are people that want to go somewhere. They have a mindset that's going to help to cause healing as opposed to breaking me down. So begin to put yourself in a support system that's going to help put you in that place. Begin to listen to podcasts that's going to help encourage you. I can't be on, and I can have a moment of time when I'm watching the Housewives of Atlanta. I can have those moments of times when I sit back and watch movies. But if I am taking that place and that is consuming a lot of my time on social media, looking at things that do not even matter, then that's what's going to be my life. And I have to get back and sit down and think about a goal plan on how I'm going to cultivate this newness within myself. Whether it is, if I'm working on speaking, that I'm going to go to things that's going to help me to enhance my speaking. Well, if it is something that I'm trying to learn about financially, because I want to be able to get financially sound, I need to be able to take some classes on that. If it's something that I want to do, be able to get healing and be able to walk at a place where I feel totally free so I can fully walk into that, then I need to be able to put myself in a place to be able to get healed. But see, what we do is we'll start out and then we don't finish. And then we'll give the excuses as to why. Oh, this happened, that happened. Life is going to life. Things are going to happen. Setbacks are going to try to come your way. But they will only be setbacks if you allow them to be. Come out of imposter syndrome. Each person has a specific plan. And when you were crafted, you are created with a designed specific plan. There will never be another like you. Embrace that newness in you. Embrace that ability to walk into what you have. Eat on those things. Put down those things that are feeding you that negativity, telling you that you're not going to make it. Surround yourself with people that's going to help push you. And get those necessary resources together that's going to help push you to that next level. And knowing that what you're not able to do, that God is able to help us in our weakness. And knowing that when I connect myself with people that are true, I know that those will be people that I can depend on. Because I know that I have to be arm to arm with people along this journey. I cannot do it alone. So be encouraged on today. Walk into your purpose on today. You're not an imposter. You are supposed to be at that table for a reason. You were designed to be at that table for a reason. And when, like Moses was able to be a mighty man to bring those people out of that place of bondage, you are able to be at that place no matter where you are, as a teacher, as a mental health coach, as a person within your family, as that business owner, as that book you're supposed to write, as that thing you're supposed to do. When you start doing it and walking into it, you never know, that thing that you may be doing may pull somebody out of Egypt. So let's get to it on today. Let's walk out it. You were here. You are not an imposter. You are supposed to be at that table. So I hope that this has encouraged you on today. You can check out my website to learn more about me, how to connect, how to sow, and how we can continually join together to be able to walk into greater freedom. My people of purpose, I love you. You are all always in my prayers. And let's continually walk on purpose, okay? Talk with you later. Bye now.